So this is Victor and Ben, and this is how they ended up on the same flight with the chief of police of Keizer. So let's just jump right into it.
We're with Chief
Police Keizer, yeah.
Chief Police of Keizer. I was thinking, aren't you guys like enemies?
No. We met in Oregon when I went up when they closed the store down or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was basically like explaining like the whole situation. That previous officer, Jennifer Starnes, like they just didn't complete the report correctly, I guess. And so they had like a big misunderstanding of what was happening.
Gotcha. All right.
Pre-opened it, redid it, and ended up being civil. But we tried. We did the best we could for Brian Mansell anyways, and I thought the YouTube video turned out. I thought you guys are pretty clever and genius, actually, with how you guys use social media to help people out. So all the best to you guys, for sure.
Thanks, man. Dude, you're fucking sick.
So there's a few things I kind of want to touch on just from this video. No shade to the Keizer PD. However, if you have saw Lego Part 1, which if you don't know by now, I was a part of, the chief of police saying that like, oh, I think it's really cool what you guys are doing and I really appreciate what you guys are doing and we're trying to do the best for Brian Mansell. But at the current time when we were first investigating this case, Keizer PD made it very hard to actually investigate our case. Like put it on their table and see it as an investigation. However, when it came to bricks and minifigs and trespassing us and trying to get us out of there, roles were kind of reversed because kind of felt like Keizer PD was on their side. Now, granted, there was a fair chunk amount of Keizer PD while we were there that was actually pretty nice and pretty like on our side and understood where we were coming from with the whole situation. And I will say props to Keizer PD because they're not as bad as American Fork, luckily. And I think it's crazy that they ran into each other on a plane. I also find it a little bit like counterintuitive that the chief of police of Keizer kind of saw Ben in person and kind of took his side on everything when in reality, he may take his side now, but I feel like at a point, even the Keizer PD was kind of looking at Ben and us a little crazy because of trying to get the Legos back for Brian in the first Lego video. And not to mention, they also were excusing everything we were saying about running the raffle and making it a criminal case when we tried to claim the prize and Bricks and Minifigs didn't give the prize. I will give it to Ben because he does go the extreme when it goes to making content. However, it just seems kind of crazy to me because it seems like they were excusing a lot that was going on in the current time, but now when things are actually like brewed up and where they are now, I feel like a lot of the people that were not standing on it before are now like seeing it come to light and kind of going back on their words. And I mean, that's good for the story, but it's like, it's just crazy to see because you don't suddenly see Darth Vader and he's just like, I'm gonna be a good guy now. I think it's kind of funny, but like I said, also just kind of counterintuitive. However, where the case is now, it's not even as much about Legos and hardly involving Keizer PD. As more stuff unravels, it's kind of becoming clearer and clearer where the wrongdoing was from. I think it's kind of tasteless that as the unraveling's being done, that as I said before, like more and more people that have their back turned to it before are now riding on Ben's side. And rule of thumb, just don't be a bandwagon. And like I said before, I don't think there's any shade to the Keizer PD anymore. I think that they didn't really thoroughly go through our case. They said they've dealt with the case before and then excused it, and we tried to put it on their table. They didn't want to take it, and instead they trespassed us. And then now seeing them trying to like act like they've been on our side from the beginning is just a little crazy. So I kind of just wanted to make this video, just a short video, just to show what I thought about this situation, and let me know what you think about it in the comments. Thank you for watching. Peace.